So it's 2018 now, and we've got another season of MLP behind us, and another coming pretty soon. In my opinion, this was one of the better seasons. I think Season 7 was quite the step up from Season 6, which I thought was about average. And unlike Season 6, I'm actually having a hard time thinking of more than just a couple of episodes that I didn't really like. So this time, I'm going to do a quick lightning round on my overall thoughts for each episode, and then quickly review my top 3 favorite episodes from the season. Here we go. Good as a normal episode, but kinda weak as a season opener. I feel like I should blame Sophisto for this entire episode. I'm glad Twilight was eventually able to make things up with Flurry Heart, but to be honest, I kinda forgot about this episode. Pinkie Pie needs to learn the definition of personal space. Also, yay for Maud. Fluttershy, be specific. Ponies Fluttershy hired? Do what the customer wants, not what you want. Holy cow, the Crusaders have grown up so much since Season 1. This one could have been better, to be honest. Most people who cut off contact with their parents do so because they're being too abusive, not too supportive. Oh joy, a Justin Bieber pony. Applejack needs to learn the difference between being honest and being blunt. Yes! So the moral here is to help people behind their backs? Discord is still awesome, but one thing confuses me. He fades away when he's not being chaotic, but Fluttershy brings him back when she's being chaotic? Yes! Hardy har. Message was decent, but it probably could have been delivered a little more subtly. I'd call this a decent Spike episode. Not to the level of Gauntlet of Fire, but still alright. I think there were some tales around a campfire, but I was too distracted by those unholy abominations called Flighters. Holy cow, this one was surprisingly funny. How do other ponies not know AK Yearling and Daring Do are the same pony by now? Zecora, label your potions. Pinkie, loving the new do. And Punk Rarity, meh. Wow, those were some pretty dark implications. Does this mean the fandom is going to stop making jokes about Fluttertree? Rumble is basically a new and improved Starlight Glimmer. His motivations are way more fleshed out and believable than those of Starlight's. Surprise! Iron Will's back! And uncomfortable surprise, Twily is heartbroken. I cannot view this episode as anything but a ship denier. So does Sunburst basically share interests with all of Starlight's friends except for Starlight herself? Aw, Star Swirl's not Patrick Stewart. Holy moly! Alright, and now for the quick reviews of my 3 favorite Season 7 episodes. This was certainly an epic end to an epic season, and now I find myself wondering just how future seasons are going to incorporate this status quo change. It did upset me a little bit that Star Swirl was portrayed as being kind of insensitive, but it was consistent with how he's been described thus far, so I'll give it that. As for the villain, at first I was actually a little disappointed that the Pony of Shadows used to be an actual pony instead of some sort of eternally existing force of darkness. I've kind of warmed up to the idea since watching the episode, but I'm still not completely sure where I stand on the subject. And while it's now canon that Star Swirl and the other pillars are the ones that planted the Tree of Harmony, I still think that explanation leaves a lot of questions open. Not to mention, the map still seems to be functioning as a deus ex machina of sorts, and I'm getting kind of tired of there not being a canonical explanation for how it works. There are a lot of other minor points I want to touch on, but to do that, I think I'm just going to make a quick reaction video. All in all, this was a really good finale. So after 6.5 seasons, we finally get an episode focused on the Royal Sisters, and boy, it did not disappoint. I will admit to still being on the fence about Starlight Glimmer's role in the show. I'm trying to let her grow on me, I really am, but part of me still can't shake 3 issues. 1, I feel like her redemption was rushed. 2, I think she's overpowered. And 3, I kind of feel like the writers are basically forcing her into the show. But enough about the base-breaking character, let's go to the Royals. After years of the fans asking for it, Celestia finally has a starring role in an episode. Well, she's sharing it with Luna, but it still works great. After getting a quick glimpse in Slice of Life, we actually got to see the Royal Sisters interacting with each other on a personal level, without any others there to put up a facade for. For me, seeing the Royal Sisters, especially Celestia, finally get some long overdue characterization, balances out the lingering doubts I have about Starlight and makes the episode great. And just after we get one freaking awesome episode, suddenly here comes another one. I'm amazed at how well this episode is done. It's coming after 6.5 years of speculations, headcanons, and fan and backstories on who Applejack's parents were and what happened to them. They've had plenty of time to grow and evolve in details, and then this episode comes along and pretty much demolishes just about all of them. And yet, it managed to be one of the best episodes of the season, maybe even of the whole series. In fact, TV Tropes has even said that the Brony fandom is notorious for hating things that go against established headcanons, so the fact that this episode was so well received is just amazing. Now, I could make another video about the massive leaks that have been making their way across the internet, but others have already said much more than I probably could, so I'm just going to say that I'm avoiding them as much as I possibly can. I'm not watching any of the leaked episodes or stories, and I'm not actively looking for any of the leaked assets for the future. So on that note, I'm just going to get ready for the new Equestria Girls special. See y'all later.